This is the Iron Throne, the seat of power for the ruler of the Seven Kingdoms. It was once occupied by the Mad King Aerys Targaryen, who was overthrown by Robert Baratheon, who left it to his son Joffrey. The idea of a not-so-noble Dothraki nomad taking over the Iron Throne seems impossible, right? But what if you'd give him a dragon? Today we attempt to use the incredible power of our stolen dragon to reunite the Dothraki and take the Iron Throne. Meet Redhorse, once a simple Dothraki nomad, but all of that has changed since he managed to beat Daenerys Targaryen's army, stealing her dragon Drogon and use him to fry Daenerys and her brother Aegon. However, the Dothraki horde that Ro was a part of at that time didn't really agree on that. Now there he is, right in front of his stolen city of Draconus, left at war with the Dothraki as well as the remaining Targaryens. To be able to take the Iron Throne, there's a lot to be done though. First we have to defend ourselves from the Dothraki and Targaryen attacks. Secondly, we need to level up our clan tier to 4, to get enough sovereignty to create our own kingdom. Then we have to take some cities under our control to gain enough power to eventually overthrow the Dothraki horde, and convince them to come with us to conquer King's Landing. This is not going to be easy. While out hunting for Targaryens, we got the message that Draconus was under siege. Draconus is the city that Ro kept for himself when he was kicked out the Dothraki horde, and it is its only source of income. He couldn't afford to lose it, so we went over there and oh yeah, an army of more than 600 Targaryens. We managed to destroy their siege equipment in an ambush, and having lost all of their siege equipment, the Targaryens only had one way to enter Draconus, through 2 ladders on the east side wall. By positioning our infantry on top of the wall and the archers right next to it, we were able to kill them one by one and lower their morale so much that they eventually retreated. Draconus was safe, for now. Because just moments after, Draconus was under siege again by the Targaryens. This time we were able to sally out directly and have a field battle. And having a dragon in that surely helps out. By the way, isn't it great that the dragon doesn't hurt your own troops? You couldn't just spam fire everywhere without friendly firing. The next time we came back to Draconus, it was under siege again. And this time they came in far greater numbers. There was no way we were able to beat this, so we took our loss. Draconus was lost to the Targaryens. We wanted to make peace with them, but we didn't have enough money for that. So Ro decided to pay for peace with the Dothraki instead, which made him able to freely venture into their lands and recruit troops to fill his ranks, hoping he could someday take back the city of Draconus. In the Dothraki city of Fast Dothraki, he found a dwarf named Tyrion Lannister. His combat skills are kinda garbage, but his leadership skills are great and he'd make for a great future party leader. Welcome Tyrion. The peace with the Dothraki and not having a city to defend turned out to be great for the money income, because we could now just go out and systematically hunt Targaryens, which is just so satisfying to do. Every Targaryen party we beat made us about 20 to 40k dinars, which isn't bad, considering Drogon did most of the killing and did that pretty fast, so we barely had any casualties ourselves. These wins also contributed renown to reach clan tier level 4. Which we need to actually create our own kingdom. So the next few weeks consisted of hunting Targaryen lords and Targaryen caravans, sometimes going back to the Dothraki lands to rest and recruit back some of our fallen troops. In between the Targaryen slayings, we also recruited Arrayne Waters and Sir Garland the Gallant, both with great leadership and stewardship skills. They would make for great future governors and party leaders. Welcome to the club, boys. After destroying dozens of Targaryen armies and killing literally thousands of Targaryen troops, we finally reached clan tier 4. Ro was overjoyed, and so was I, by the way, because this meant that he was one big step closer to his ultimate goal of reuniting the Dothraki and making the crusade for the Iron Throne. With clan tier 4 in the pocket, we were now able to create our own kingdom. That is, if we had a castle or town of our own. But getting a hold of a castle or town shouldn't be that hard. Ro set his eye on one particular fief, Fas Effe, once ruled by the Dothraki, now in the hands of the filthy Targaryens. Time to takey backy. Ro ordered a march towards Fas Effe, and within a day's time, we were able to reach it and quickly lay siege to it. And here, during the siege, the true power of Drogon emerged. You see, you don't need any siege equipment to breach the walls of a castle, if you can just ride up to the gate, blast it with fire and send your troops in through the front door. And like that, we took the castle. However, taking the castle happened to be the easy part. The Targaryens kept launching sieges on Fas Effe in return, which really took its toll on Ro's troops. He could hardly bring himself to it, but he had to make peace with the Targaryens. At least, for now. Luckily, we negotiated peace with a poor Targaryen lord named Blackrat, who accepted the peace offer of only 6k dinars. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Easy peasy. You see what I did there? Okay, never mind. We were now at peace with the Targaryens. Well, not with all of them. It appears that the Targs are split into two different houses. The ones linked to Aegon and just normal Targaryens, I guess. This isn't a bad thing though, because now we can keep farming the small group of Aegon's Targaryens and keep a nice steady income by selling their gear. And since we are now at relative peace and we have the prerequisite castle, it is time to finally create the kingdom. And what is a more fitting name than the fusion of the two most powerful beings in all of Essos and Westeros combined? Let the world kneel for the kingdom of Rogan. Together, they will become rulers of the Dothraki, the strongest force in Essos, and take King's Landing and the Iron Throne. Now that we have a kingdom, it is time to grind some of those sweet influence points, which works roughly the same as gaining renown. Clap stuff, make bank. With those influence points, we'll be able to get the policies needed to make the kingdom great again. So for policies, we first took Sacred Majesty and Senate, giving us more influence per day. And after that, we took Royal Guard and Noble Retinues, increasing our army capacity. Now that we have a kingdom, it's time to also create our second party, led by Tyrion Lannister. Go lead them, boy. Now if we create an army, we summon him to us whenever we want, for free. Which basically means that we increased our own troop cap by another 140. Time to test this combined power. We create an army and summon Tyrion in. We head out towards the Targaryen city of Tolos, and right there is where we meet with a huge Targaryen army full of juicy lords. And right before the start of the fight, we were able to unlock the core skill to our strategy. The scouting skill that lowers the chance of prisoners escaping by another 50%. And together with the scouting skill that does the same, prisoners will no longer be able to escape from our party. Let's show this army who's boss. What a great fight, and an even greater amount of prisoners. After this fight, Ro had almost all of the Targaryens imprisoned, and with all of them locked away, there's nobody left to stop him taking the city of Tolos. And together with Tyrion, they laid siege to it. We burnt down the gates, sent our armies in, easy win. We now had a city, and having a city is great, because it makes a lot more money than a castle does. And we do need a ton of money to pay for all the army upkeeps, since we need to pay our party wages and also the party wages for the secondary parties. However, while having one city is great, we sure need more cities to be able to pay for all of this. The kingdom of Rogan had to grow before they'd be able to take on the Dothraki horde, let alone take King's Landing and the Iron Throne. So, the army of Ro and Tyrion set out to the nearby city of Qohor, an independent city which hopefully would be an easy grab, and sure it was. In Qohor we also found Lord Baelish. I wasn't sure if I could trust this guy, from what I know of him.
Distrusting me was the wisest thing you've done since you climbed off your horse.
Bruh.
But his skills as a party leader are just too good to pass on. Sadly, the Qohorian army came back with 600 troops and we had to sacrifice the city. Ro was devastated by this loss. They were the kingdom of Rogan, the keepers of the last dragon. Something had to change. The army had to grow. And Ro decided to do the unthinkable. He went to see his prisoner Laenor, who formerly worked under the Targaryens. Ro set aside his pride and asked Laenor and his clan to join the kingdom of Rogan as a vassal. Laenor accepted, and this is where it all changed. Laenor joining the kingdom of Rogan provided the kingdom with 2 more parties. Together with the party of Lord Baelish, we could now muster an army of more than 700 men. And this was just the beginning. The neighboring Volantians declared war on us, and with our new army we were able to easily take the city of Volantis. Sadly, Lord Baelish died, but we had Sandra the Great to take his place as a party leader. We leveled up in clan level and increased our troop cap by friggin' 70. Now able to house 370 troops all by ourselves. And we were also able to add another party to the kingdom. So we made one for our boy Arain Waters. Laenor wants the city of Volantis? Nah, it's mine. After conquering the city of Volantis, we made peace with them, which made them pay a tribute of 2,000 dinars per day. We decided to go north to Qohor, which was taken over by rebels and should be an easy prey. However, the Qohorian rebels just wanted to join us. Sure, welcome to the Kingdom of Rogan. We got a whole new fief and multiple armies for just 32k dinars, paid for in Targaryen blood. This learned us that rebels are eager to join kingdoms. So we visited the city of Misafer to the west and recruited the ruling Obero clan, and with that, the Kingdom of Rogan was stronger than any other kingdom on the continent, with a combined force of 1600 troops, which is pretty wild. We could now finally fulfill Ro's dream. It is time to dethrone the treacherous Dothraki leaders who had cast him out of the Horde, and put the Dothraki cities and castles under the rule of the Kingdom of Rogan. After giving the party some time to recruit more troops, Ro called them together at the gates of Fas Diaf, one of the Dothraki cities. The nomadic Dothraki didn't stand a chance against the well-choreographed and well-armed army of Ro, with all of the specialties from all over the continent combined into one army. Oh yeah, having an overpowered dragon helps too. Within a matter of days, the Kingdom of Rogan was able to take the cities of Fas Diaf and Fas Dothrak, and the castles of Fas Athiakari, Fas Kadok, Fas Lacey, and finally the castle of Borash. And with that, the army of Rogan covered all the Dothraki lands and even more. Ro's dream has finally become a reality. He was now the true king of the Dothraki. Ro was good at heart, and he wanted to show forgiveness to the Dothraki traitors. He wanted to see Kalpono, the previous treacherous leader of the Dothraki, who he imprisoned some time ago. And... wait, what? You already joined the Kingdom of Tyrosh? What is this shit? Well, fine. If you want to play it like this, there you go. Frickin' traitor. Ro had one more goal left. He will take his army west and siege King's Landing and take the Iron Throne from Joffrey Baratheon. Ro and Drogon sallied forth, and Ro summoned his army, amassing a grand total of 1700 troops. Together, and very slow, they traveled to King's Landing. They stocked up on food before the war, and Baelish? I thought you died in the War of Atlantis. Well, you traitor. Time to siege this place down, and you with it. We were greatly outnumbered, opposing an army of more than 2,000 defenders in the city. This didn't look good. However, we had one thing they didn't have: Drogon. It appears that in this city, whenever new troops come in, they always pass the front gate. So I just stationed Drogon in front of the gate to spam fire breath. I ordered the troops to wait behind me so they could shoot the guys in the window who were shooting me in the face. After killing most of the troops, I sent our guys in to finish the job. And yeah, we killed 1,500 troops all by ourselves. Oh, it's time to finally take a seat. The Iron Throne is ours. And what a freaking grind it was. I spent more than 20 hours hunting freaking Targaryens down. It was insane. But it was fun. And we finally made it. We took King's Landing, and we took the Iron Throne. I hope the rest of Westeros won't mind, or we'll just have to fry them too. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys next time. And while you're still here, why not check out the next video? Bye.